Welcome back to the Think Bigger Real Estate Show. Today, we're going to be talking all about in-person networking events. We've all gotten pretty comfortable in the Zoom Live, and probably many of us have wondered, should I go back to doing in-person networking events? I think all of us know that it's an essential component of building a great referral-based business. Today, I have an expert. This gentleman in 2019 was a part of choreographing over 1,200 real estate events across the country. So we're going to learn from the expert about why we should be eagerly getting back into networking events. But not just that, we're going to talk about what are the best practices to where you actually get tons of value from it. And we're going to be talking about also some principles from my book, The Upstream Model, which are very similar to what this gentleman is talking about. Before I fully introduce him, let me remind you that inside the Think Bigger Real Estate group on Facebook is where we go deeper on these topics. It's a community of people that are thinking bigger, that are achieving bigger. And by being around this group of people, you too will think bigger and achieve bigger. So be sure and join us there. Again, that's the Think Bigger Real Estate group on Facebook. Stephen David Elliott out of North Carolina. Hello, my friend. Thank you for taking some time to be on the show today.
It's my pleasure. I feel like we're really kindred spirits. What's sort of fun with these type of shows is oftentimes you don't know that much about me, and I don't know much about you, and you're just sort of thrown together and you go, what are we going to talk about? We have the same philosophy in business and life.
Yeah, we do.
It's about altruism and helping other people, right?
100%. And I think I shared this with you prior, right? That I want my audience to know is that I believe one of the reasons why real estate agents oftentimes either A, don't have enough revenue and income and profit in their business, and or enough time freedom in their life is because they're so focused on serving the masses. They're so focused on serving massive databases rather than identifying who are the key pillars in the marketplace that can be able to give you more referrals in less time and be able to lower your cost of customer acquisition, increase your conversion rates, and again, give you more income in less time. That's the essence of my book, The Upstream Model. Stephen, I can't wait for you to read the book. I think you're going to love it. And I can't wait to learn more about you. Let's talk a little bit about, obviously, you're in real estate. You've been in sales for over 20 years. Talk to us a little bit about these.
My bio's, I guess, a little bit old. I've been doing sales since I was a little kid. I used to take a little red wagon and fill it with rocks and sell door to door. And my next book will probably be called Rocks to Riches.
I love it. I love it. Let's talk to us about this 1,200 events, in-person events that you were a part of in 2019. You own a company that does, what exactly do you guys do?
My company is Rockstar Connect. Our website's rockstarconnect.com. And what we did is, well, there's sort of a backstory to it. I am 52 years old. I've worked for myself since I'm 21 years of age, which many people find impossible to do. That's just the way I've led my life, making my own rules. I'm unteachable, I'm uncoachable, and I'm incorrigible, essentially. And for 15 years, I got to do something I really enjoyed doing. I owned rare and used bookstores. I had 4 of them, and I loved doing it, and I made money doing it. And people used to say to me, how are you able to make a large amount of money in an industry that other people can't make any money in? And I said, first of all, I care more about people than I care about books. It's all about the people. And I utilize small events in order to attract people to my business. So I had my own farmers market. I had my own music series. I had author series. And I also had a networking event that I did on a consistent, regular basis. And I sort of wanted to figure out, well, what is it that everyone can do in order to create business? Not everyone can do a farmer's market. Not everyone can run an author series, but everyone could be a host of a networking event. And a real estate agent had come into my business and asked for my business. And I said, this is amazing. How do you get your business? Through referrals? And they said, yes. I said, well, I've been doing this for 15 years. No one has ever asked me, not one real estate agent has ever asked me for a referral. And then I told her my idea about developing an enormous following of people through using networking events leveraged through social media and Facebook groups. I got a call the next day from her broker owner saying, come into my office. I'd like to talk to you. I gave my brief idea to them, and the guy opened up his checkbook. And he said, what would it take for you to start doing this for my company? And then I backed up a little bit and I said, I'm really on to something here. So I actually sold my bookstores. They weren't, I love doing it, but they weren't challenging me anymore. And I went on eBay and I bought 85 suits from a minister in Detroit that was roughly my size. And I sold my book van and I bought a E-Class Mercedes. And I said, now I am the super real estate agent. And I went to talk to other brokerages in town. And I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to utilize events and relationships with other business owners to create an enormous following in business. And by doing that and starting my first event, the company I was with, I was in their top 1% of salespeople in my first 3 months in their business, using an event. And I was the rookie of the year. And then I was recruited by another firm that wanted me to do the events for them to help them grow so they could go public. And I became their national director of business development. I was their number one agent out of 2,300 agents. And all I did was host a regular monthly networking event. Now, this is where it becomes a little complicated. I wanted to teach other agents how to do it. And I created a very definitive course, a 15-hour course, teaching them how to do it. And what they said is, this is fantastic. There's everything I need to know here, but guess what? I can't do it. We need someone. Could you do that for us? Because we don't have anyone on staff to do it. And we want to keep a balance of family life. It seems like it would be expensive to do it. Can you do it for us? And that's how Rockstar Connect was started. My wife, Sarah, who is great with systems, found out a way how we could deliver an event for real estate professionals all over the country where they could consistently do an event every month and basically just show up at the event. And on our end, it's helped us grow a list of 117,000 business people that have attended our events in the last 5 years.
Interesting. So you keep the data as well. Brilliant.
We manage the data for the client. We manage their mailing list for them, their CRM. We book the venue for them, do all the venue management. We send them all the supplies to the event. We do all the branding for them in-house, videos, flyers. We give them training to learn how to do deep referral relationships. It's funny, the name of the course was how to create a sphere of thousands from your sofa. Because I'm a lazy networker. I don't feel like I need to go to 100 events per month, and I don't have to be everywhere. I like to have balance. I like to cook for my family. I like to go on vacations. I like to go on trips. When you are the leader of an event, you're the altruistic leader, it changes the whole paradigm. What do I mean by that? Well, typically when you go to a networking event, for most people, it's not a comfortable situation. It feels like you're going to the prom you don't have anyone to dance with. You meet the same 4 or 5 people there.
I can totally relate, Stephen. It's like, I know I need to be here, but man, this is awkward. Like,
it's really awkward. And you're probably meeting the same people and you rinse and repeat. You do it the next day. When you're the host of the event, you're spending 30 days promoting that, or our company's doing that for you. They're seeing your name over and over and over again, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of impressions. As a company, we send out over 5 million emails a month on behalf of our clients. So people know you before they go to the event. You're the homecoming king or you're the prom queen. Everybody wants to dance with you. Everyone wants to shake your hand. You don't even have to discuss business or real estate or do anything like that. You're just the altruistic host of a great event that people value. And they want to know who you are. And for my feeling is, sort of that lazy networker, I don't need to know 20,000 people. I don't need to know 100,000 people. I need to have 20 to 100,000 people know me. Then my pipeline is completely 100% filled. When people contact me for business, when I choose to do business with them, they're asking permission of me to do business with them, to be their real estate agent. They're interviewing to be my client. It's a completely different situation. I like turning it around. I love inbound business.
Man, I love so much of what you're saying here. All too often, I see real estate agents. Again, I've got the good fortune to spend all day, every day coaching, consulting real estate agents. And I see them want to engage in certain activities like you're describing, yet the infrastructure costs, right? I mean, just the load on them figuring it all out, either A, causes them to turn back and not do it, or B, take their eye off the ball and they go months without making money because, and it's like, oh crap. And even if it would have worked had they continued to do it consistently, it's like, that was scary because I took all this time and effort to put together this thing and I didn't see an immediate result, which you won't necessarily, right? And so then they stop because they had this dip in their income because they took their eye off being a real estate agent and put their eye on being an event planner, let's say.
They're not going to be good event planners. They just aren't. And they're not going to be good at managing their data. They aren't. The follow-up is so important. We book the venue for the client. We name their event for them. We put their branding associated with our branding that's nationally known so that we know that people are at least going to want to go to the event. We're doing the emails on their behalf after the event, doing the follow-up with the people that came, asking them and encouraging them to bring other people. But we're also teaching them best practices as well. Just because you're developing a new network, you shouldn't ignore your old network. You're doing this as a benefit for the people that already exist in your network, because that's what you're supposed to be doing for them, providing them the opportunity to make meaningful connections. And this is what it's about. This is a branding exercise. It's not lead gen. You will generate leads, but it's showing you, well, I can't make everyone a rock star. I work with rock stars. So people that have great personalities, that know what to do with a room of people, that are happy to be in front of 5 people, let alone being in front of 30, 40, 50, or hundreds of people. They're talented people that are always going to be successful. Those are our clients. The people that come to the events, they are the raving fans for the rock star. They're the audience. They become the brand evangelists. They're going out there and they're introducing you to the greater community. Rockstar Connect, we're just the roadies. We're doing the heavy lifting, the stuff that's not fun. Like, can you imagine the day of your event having to go buy supplies because you forgot Sharpies and you have a client in from out of town that's buying a $5 million home? That's an awkward position. You should never be in that position because you're a real estate agent, first and foremost. We're going to do all that stuff that's not so fun, that's involved with being successful. And it's about consistency, because the day after on my end, when an event ends on a Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday night, which is when we do most events, my phone and every phone of every person in my company starts ringing up with a protocol to start booking the next event and follow up with the client and follow up with the people that went to the event. It's automatic. Also, a lot of times, I'm sorry, go ahead. You have a question.
And the purpose of this event, it's simply a networking event. It's simply to get people together that are business minded and allow those connections to happen. It's not like that there's, it's not a client appreciation event. It's not like the typical event that you see like a real estate agent do. It's simply, let's get business minds together and see what happens.
Let's just get a whole bunch of people together. Work typically in small businesses, entrepreneurs, or they're with companies. They may not be the leader of the company. They may simply be the gatekeepers. Of course, the people that you always want to meet as far as your networking. They're people that are new in town, that are looking possibly to move to your area. They're people that go to Rockstar Connect events all over the country, and they now may be considering moving to your area. And the first place they're going to go is a Rockstar Connect event. And you're the host of that event. It's gives you the opportunity to mix. It's really a mix and mingle type of event. We have different events as a company. They're all disruptors, basically. I told you that I'm not coachable, I'm not teachable, and I'm incorrigible. So I created my event was what I considered to be a networking event. To me, a networking event wasn't listening to speakers or being sold to or paying a large fee to go. It was just meeting a lot of like-minded individuals and potentially becoming friends with them. And most of your business comes from your friends.
And making it easy on them, right? I mean, I think part of the reason why people don't go to networking events, because all the things that you described, it's going to be pitchy, or it's going to be awkward, or it's going to be, it costs a lot, or it's, you guys obviously, having done the quantity of events that you have, you've figured out a lot, right?
Oh
So
yeah, we provide an event to our client that costs them $400 a month. We frequently have people that come to us that have been doing their own events and spending $3,000 to $10,000 per month.
Yeah, boy,
and having to do all the work in house, where they become an event company and they're a real estate company. The attendees that go to our events, they go for free. Imagine how grateful they are to the host for that.
I had a conversation with an agent yesterday. In this market, there's some agents that are struggling, right? Not everybody's making tons of money. Some are, a lot aren't. And the conversation came up about the best way to generate leads. And I said, there's a dozen ways that we could discuss that would work to generate like real estate related conversations that would convert into leads. I said, the question is, what are you willing to get up and do consistently, day in and day out? Like, consistency is the magic bullet, right? Like, right. It is what matters.
Especially when you're starting out. When I started out as a real estate agent, I had nobody recognized me as a real estate agent. That's not what I was. I was the book guy. Mm-hmm. And so what did I do in the morning? I would put on, because you have to earn it in the beginning, put on my sports coat and put on those shoes that hurt a little bit. And I would say, I'm going to go get my hair cut, and I'm going to go to the grocery store, and I'm going to go to the tailor, and I'm going to go get myself a client or customer. And I consistently had my day blocked out that way. And usually my first endeavor, whatever I did that day, was going to bring me a client. That's a very difficult way to start. And that's, the way a lot of us have to start. But once you've established yourself and you are a talented real estate agent, and you know that you're providing good work for your clients and customers, then that's your opportunity to become, basically a local celebrity. The best agents in your market, for anyone who's listening here, why are they the best agents? Well, frankly, it's just because you know who they are and you're able to find them. So when I go out and wherever I go, whether someone has met me or not, all I have to do is sort of give a couple sentences about what I do. And they go, "Oh, you're Stephen David Elliott. I've heard of you." And I'm able to leverage that for my clients as well. I get them vendors on a better basis. I'm able to get them off-market properties. And right now, that's one of the difficulties people are having is inventory. If you are well-connected and well-known in your area, you will never have an issue with inventory because you will befriend other real estate agents. We heavily invite agents to our hosts' events. And that's one of the things how we know that whether an agent's going to work with us or not. If they go, "Well, we don't want real estate agents at our event," they pretty much eliminate themselves, because really what you want to be is you want to be king of the real estate agents. And when you're doing an event that they don't understand how you can do it and how you can afford it and how all these people come out to you, they frankly worship you and they want you as a mentor. It enables you to grow a team or to bring people to your brokerage. It provides you with a lot of opportunities, but also what does it give you? Hey, put out something on Facebook. I'm looking who's got a property coming on market that's off market. Yeah. Who are they going to bring it to? They're going to bring it to the person they know and trust.
Or even when they just see your offer come in, right? And there's 15 other offers, yours is going to get a special, like a double take, right? It's going to get.
Oh my gosh, I had an agent last week. He first of all, he countered my offer when he had 53 offers. I did not have the highest offer. He gave me the offer to counter it. Unfortunately, we couldn't make the deal work, but he was crying on the phone. He was crying. He said, "I so badly wanted to be able to do a transaction with you because you do so much for the community."
How about that?
Yeah. And it was like, so it took a little bit of the sting off for me.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm going to do a transaction with that gentleman.
Yeah.
And, when I speak to other agents and they're involved in with the listing that I'm involved with, I tell them, you're all going to have a fair chance. Mm-hmm. And they trust me and they believe that they're going to have that because they know my public persona.
Really quick, I want to point out, kind of highlight something here that, again, I talk about in my book, which is the value proposition of real estate agents has to get better. There's this adage that's been said forever, which is if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. I disagree with that, Stephen. Here's why, is that would only be the case if all other variables stayed the same. The reality is we're in a very fast moving, innovative market and marketplace, and you can't do what you've always done. You actually have to do more. You have to be better. And one of the things that I teach agents is that your value proposition has to be stronger than just the status quo of I'm good at negotiating, I'm good at follow-up, I'm et cetera, right? All this stuff you can fill in the blanks that everybody says. And what if your value proposition where I have a very comprehensive business network, and from that, not only are we going to serve you in real estate at the highest level, but I'm going to be attuned to other things that you may need to advance your own career, to take care of even personal challenges, conflicts you're going through. I have the network of people that can help you build wealth over time. That's why you should choose me. And I think as we start to restructure our value proposition to be completely out of the box from what everyone else is saying, we start to really stand out. People can't compare us. We're not a commodity because we're so different. And what you've given us here is a system through which people can establish a really powerful network in a hurry. Tell us, Stephen, what's the best way for people to learn about your company, your offering here, if they wanted to do it themselves?
I mean, the best way to go is to go to rockstarconnect.com and request to speak with one of our success coaches to see if you have what it takes to participate in the program. That's the best place to go. But what you're saying about, I mean, we could probably be best friends in real estate. It's about the value proposition. What's the best value proposition you can bring? And I bring the proposition of my network and my event. So when I started out and I did my events and I was knocking on people's doors, on business people's doors, they say, I'm Stephen David Elliott. I work with so-and-so brokerage. I am here to help your business. You have great events and I am an expert in marketing. And I want to be able to be there for you whenever you need me. Here's my phone number. Never once would bring up real estate. I was there as their associate. And that's the way I do my real estate with my clients and customers as well. So my clients frequently will say the word, you are my fiduciary. Frequently, I have very wealthy clients that will say to me, will you be my financial advisor? And I said, maybe in another life. That's not my job right now, but I will help you with everything in real estate. But that being said, I know some of the best financial advisors in the state and the country, and I would love to make those introductions if you would like.
I love it. And what value that provides to people when they know that you're a one-stop shop to get them the best talent in, across industries to help them solve their biggest problems.
And it'll solve your own problems. Like right now I'm sitting here in a t-shirt and I have a pandemic beard going on because I actually am going through the experience every real estate agent should have. I just purchased a home myself and we just moved 7 trucks into this house. And I'm just going through my network, everything that I need done. All these people that have gone to my events, reaching out to them to immediately get help with electrical, plumbing, moving, not waiting. People are waiting 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks now. Just one phone call and they're over at my house. You can do that for your clients as well. I do the same thing for my clients. They'll contact, a vendor and it can be 6 weeks. I say, I can get someone there today. That's a big value proposition for your clients.
Yeah, huge. I had a friend of mine who called me asking if I had any personal friends who were able to help her with a move. She said, I feel like I should call you because my mover was supposed to be here this morning and he just canceled. And it's another $15,000 to find another mover. When you have that kind of network across, again, all industries, that's the beauty of what we're talking about here. Across all industries, it changes everything, right? It changes your ability to add value that you can't just put a price tag on. You can't put a commission reduction on, It's fabulous stuff, Stephen. I love what you're doing, my friend.
And also you just feel fantastic doing it because.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely need to connect again. Thank you so much for having me on your program. And where can I buy a copy of your book?
Yeah, I'm going to send it to you here when we're done. Let me ask you one more question, Stephen. You're a big thinker. Obviously, you've kind of blown the limits, expanded the possibilities of what it looks like to have an events company. What does Stephen do on a regular basis to continue to be a big thinker? This is our final question. We're really interested to know what you do how you see the world and how you continue to make it to where you see the world differently than the typical person?
Well, I think what's very helpful for me is, first of all, the people in my network. They're always bringing opportunities to me on a regular basis that make me think. Also, a reader. I mean, I read thousands of articles per month uh, that expand my view of the way other people think and understand what they're doing. So it's very important to keep on top of what the newest things are. Meet people that are different than yourself as well. Don't limit yourself to only people from your industry or only people that can help you. Try to find people that you can help. I learn the most when I mentor, and I'm so excited when I get on the phone with either a real estate agent or someone who's trying to build their career, because I learn more by teaching than I'll ever learn through experimentation.
Good stuff, my friend. I've put a couple links for those that are watching us, that are even catching the replay after this. Rockstarconnect.com is where you go to learn more about how Steven can help you be consistent with events that'll blow your mind, right? And then also, just because we've referenced my book a couple of times, I've put the link to the book as well, justinsider.com/book, just a free plus shipping offer to get in your hands quickly. Steven, this has been a pleasure. Thank you for sharing not only what you're doing on the business side, but what you're doing to always continue expanding, reading, connecting. I love it. And there's a whole bunch of great business wisdom, and there's some great life wisdom in here that you've shared with us today about really how we live a great life, which is really just
it is all about the life and the lifestyle. You do what you like and you help other people. You're pre-pandemic, I felt you had to give in order to get, but really reflecting during pandemic, what I found was just having the privilege to be able to give, you receive immediately. It's automatic return on investment. It improves the quality of your life. To be able to have that balance, to be able to give and also receive as well.
Yeah. Great stuff, my friend. Really, really glad we connected today. Thankful to have you here on the show, helping us to think bigger. And to everybody listening today, my final request for all of us is to go think bigger. Thanks so much, Steven, for helping us do that today, my friend.
Thank you. A pleasure meeting you.